guys, so welcome to another episode of Awesome Games I've Never Heard Of, and I'm hoping this is an awesome game, because one I've not actually played very much, so it could be a mediocre game I've never heard of. And so what I thought I'd do is actually record a first play. And so what this is Godfighter Zeroigar, which is a Japanese game that was translated a few years ago. You see the story coming up here. It's a shmup, and what's interesting about it is that it came out on the PCFX. And like me, you're probably thinking, well, what's the PCFX? And the PCFX is the sequel to the PC Engine. So back in the mid 90s, NEC had the PC Engine. It's kind of 16-bit console, same era as the Mega Drive and SNES. And so NEC wanted a follow-up console to that in the 32-bit era, and they released the PCFX in late 1994 in Japan. And that console was a commercial flop. It sold only 400,000 units according to Wikipedia, whereas the PS1 of the same kind of generation sold like 100 million or something. So there aren't many about, and there aren't many games for it. And I think one of the reasons for that, or at least one of the kind of documented reasons, is that it didn't have a 3D graphics acceleration chip. So it was really put out to be pretty much a purely 2D powerhouse. But what it did do is it was able to decode basically high quality FMV sequences like this. We see the story here. It's this sort of anime cartoon story of this girl escaping her brother who's working for the Emperor and the Empire. It's almost a Star Wars type story there. And so of the games that kind of did get released, I mean, this is the only shmup on the console. Some of them have these really significant FMV cartoon sequences. 30 FPS. It's a really is kind of could be on the TV. And so, as I say, this game was translated a few years ago, and so given the really heavy story elements, which is kind of uncommon for a shmup, we're able to actually understand the story now. And so this girl escapes that pod, lands, meets this kind of scientist. Here at the start menu, I'll let this just tick over because it goes into this like almost like a TV show intro. We can hear it playing now, and it's kind of playing like a song basically. And so it's kind of introducing some of the characters. The guy there is the kind of pilot. I think we'll meet shortly. And I think this is kind of the Godfighter Zeroigar. There we go. It says it wrong. Godfighter Zeroigar. And yeah, he's the pilot of it. And this is basically the robot is supposed to be kind of the savior of humanity, I guess, against this supposedly evil empire, where you saw the brother of the girl who escaped, who works for the Emperor, wanting to chase her down. I'm not sure the exact reasons for that and why she's important. Maybe we'll find that out as we see the story emerge. But yeah, so we're seeing just each of the characters here. That guy thinks a scientist. We'll meet him in a minute. So yeah, the characters I've seen, we've got the girl and her brother. There's the pilot who flies the ship. The guy there. There's the pilot coming in there. The guy with the girls is the scientist. So if we press start, we've got these different modes. I think the best translated is the anime mode. That's basically like the cartoon mode. There's also these other modes here, and there's some options where you can change the difficulty. So we'll go for the anime mode, and kind of unsurprisingly, it triggers another significant FMV sequence. So we've got Professor something or other. So yeah, so he's built this robot to try and defeat the Emperor. So I'm not sure which robot that was, but it's just broken out the building, and it was supposed to be perfect. I see. So maybe those were like the failed attempts, and you know, now this is the one that's just about controllable, and you know, no one can pilot it. Well, maybe he could. So that's this, you know, you're this crack shot pilot, who's going to take on, you know, you control this this robot and save everyone. Goo, I guess his name's Goo.
日高豪を待っていたのは兄弟のように育った少女さくらと藤島ルルによって作られた改造ゼロ戦雷鳴だった。そしてゼロイガーの完成を待っていたかのように彼らはやってきた。射出機固定完了。発進準備よし。豪は再び戦いの空へ戻っている。
I'm still not completely sure what's going on. Okay, so that's her brother kind of trying to come and get her back, and there's the pilot fighting him, I guess, and you know, the enemy ships. Okay, so the professor's taking the robot. Who do we control first? So are we the professor? So if I just pause it for a second, so start pauses. So in terms of the controls, there are kind of two main buttons. You've got a primary and a secondary weapon. The kind of select button you see in the top right, we're scrolling through the speed there. What I found is the ship moves ridiculously quickly on like any speed, so I'm going to put it on the minimum, and to me it seems absolutely fast enough. If you put it on the max, you just kind of ping across half the screen. The other thing with the PCFX, the controller, rather than the kind of turbo buttons of the PC engine, if you it has these like mode 1 and mode 2 buttons. So we see if I press it, it kind of, you know, the emulator here. So this is in I think Beetle-fx is a PCFX emulator. If we can go from mode A to mode B, and the difference here is mode A is like a kind of cluster shot, fires a few sequentially, and mode B is a continuous shot. So I found that the continuous shot works better, and it's better than me hammering the buttons, especially with the microphone, because you'll just hear me hammering the arcade buttons here. So yeah, let's get going. So you see, this is minimum speed, and it's still plenty quick enough. So to say, I've kind of played this enough just to see what the controls are. I really have not played much at all. The game has kind of, I guess, almost RPG aspects, where you see when we're killing things rather than a score, we're picking up this experience, and that experience seems to be able to be able to use that to kind of power up your ships and increase the armor available. But you see, because this is a 32-bit console, and one that kind of focused on 2D graphics, it looks great. You know, we've got multiple layers of parallax scrolling. We've got this nice kind of cloud layer, a kind of, what's that, almost like a tree layer, and then a ground layer as well. You know, all moving nicely, nice colours. We've got, you know, I say plenty of speed. We've then got, you know, nice cloud layer going across there. You know, and the kind of refinements that you'd expect from a shmup in the mid-90s. So this game, so the PCFX released in, as I say, late 1994, and it kind of lasted until 1998. And this game came out in '97. So toward, a good chunk into the time of the console, but probably in its kind of last year or so. Not sure why that was. Maybe there was some delays in the production. Let's have a look at the story here. What's going on? Okay, so I think that was that enemy guy. He's got his own robot, and so yeah, you were trying. Now I'm guessing going to combine your airplane with Zeroigar. Yeah, activate Zeroigar. Oh no, Professor! Okay, and then I'm guessing he's going to fly out with the robot. Oh no! Yeah, surprise, surprise! Oh, and he's got the Professor as well. Very good. This is great. I mean, to be honest, like this sort of game almost doesn't exist. It's like an interactive cartoon. It's really good. So you're a little larger now. Still no match for him. Okay, just spot the different attacks. Okay, so he's got little attacks there and some weak shots. Okay, something was destroyed there, I think. So I think I've got a secondary attack. Yeah, so I've got that. I think it was called like Wind Can. If you press start, I'd already destroyed him. Yeah, that wasn't overly difficult, was it? Get the Professor, get to the island. Okay, there we go. That's the first level, first boss. So here's what I'm saying about the kind of experience. So you've got this kind of leveling system. Okay, so we'll level up, level 2. A bit more power. Yeah, more armor and more ammo. Did we have ammo? Maybe it's ammo on the secondary weapon. Okay, so the Professor's in hospital. Okay, enemy approaching again. Surprise, surprise. Also unleash Zeroigar's true power. Yeah, what we gotta do? Cool. Demon in the deep ocean. Oh, I think he's looking deep in the Mariana Trench. So yeah, I've just paused it just so we can bring this up, because it's a bit like an RPG. So the wind cannon's the weapon we had before. It was a bit shit, to be honest. Homing exploder, flying fist. Let's try the homing exploder. Can't beat a bit of what I assume is a homing rocket of some sort. Yeah, there we go. So we see those homing missiles pinging about. But yeah, at the moment it feels like I'm a little overpowered. You know, we've got this kind of spread. Oh, I've lost the spread shot. I think maybe as I take some damage, it just weakens my attack. Yeah, the spread shot was pretty nice. I'd like to get that back. You see what I mean about the speed? Like, still on the minimum speed, and this is absolutely fine. Okay, we've upgraded that, we've now got the spread shot back. So this is the mid-level boss, I'm guessing? Some sort of blue spidery thing. Oh, got a lightning attack. I'll watch that. Let's get him on the angle, I reckon. Oh, that's silly. These little cronies that come after you. Okay, he's gonna lightning. Is them just buggering off? Yeah, I think so. Maybe he'll be back as the main boss. Actually, I'm really liking this. I think, you know, it's really fast. It looks amazing. There's the story elements, and you know, you can skip those sequences if you want. So once you've seen them, you know, there's probably not too much need to watch them again. But actually, they probably need a couple of watches if you want to pick up the story. Ah, okay, we're underwater. Yeah, when he's through us, we're going to sleep with the fishes, apparently. Okay, got many abilities, I guess. Yeah, that's. Okay, so we've got these 2 arms. What's the next attack? Okay, so he's got some sort of punch type attack. Okay, a little bubble attack there, but I can shoot the bubbles, which is nice. Ah, okay, good job. I dodged that, so he's also got that. And water attack. Okay, a few shots there. Oh, I'm a bit low on health. Let's see if I can take this guy out without dying. Okay. Okay, taking that one down, taking out both the arms. Oh, and dead. Ooh. So, I assume one of the... Oh, that's what I was like. So yeah, yes on the left. So yeah, you can continue, and basically the experience you've acquired, it accumulates. So potentially, if you're struggling with a section, you know, you can play again, you can level up, go again, but being more powerful. So we went up 2 levels there. So we went up to level 4. You know, it repairs us now. So yeah, basically you go back to the beginning of the level. So we're on level 2. I'm not going to play through this again. I'll just pause it and we'll call it a day here. So yeah, I think this game's really interesting. A game, as I said, I'd never heard of it. I'm probably going to put it in as an awesome game I've never heard of, because I'm hoping that, you know, as we progress there'll be more story, and the gameplay develop as well. I mean, as a shmup, it plays really nicely. It's fast, there's plenty of enemies, the bosses look interesting. I really like the addition of a story. You know, you're kind of tied to the characters, and it's just, you know, it's a bit more fun, isn't it? And I think if you like that kind of anime style, then, you know, you're going to be right at home with this. So yeah, let's call it a day there. I hope you enjoyed this one. There's a few other PCFX games that are kind of interesting, with, you know, quite heavy on the FMV. So yeah, I'll probably feature them at some point. Yeah, if you like this video, just let me know, put something down in the comments. And I'll be back soon. So yeah, you guys stay safe, and see you then. Bye.